Welcome to another video on my pneumatic hand, robotic arm and wrist, and my compressor and controller. Last time I checked a few things, repaired a few things, and one of the topics that was left was to replace this wire to from the bipolar switch, the dipole switch, and this motor. However, recently a minor incident happened, well, incident anyway, and that focused my attention on two things. A result of that incident was that the base of the arm came completely clean off the pivot, and this was kind of disorganized. So what I want to do is, apart from replacing this wire, or actually two wires by one, is see if I can fix this in a similar way as this, and then make some other improvement, because now I look at it, it has it is not parallel right anymore, but it is a little bit, well, it feels like it is in the V form, and I want to be solid. So that is the focus for this episode, which means that I am now going to see how to replace this wire. And to do that, I will use this type of wire, which I've used for all the other wiring here. Now this one is kind of long, no need to do that, since this is staying on its place and this is staying on its place. The only thing that is moving is this pivot, so I can keep it quite short, but then again I need to have enough wire. So I think I will keep it to this, and that's it. And then I should make it well, split. Usually I take a knife to do this, but this works as well. Quite well, actually. Now the question is, how much should I cut it in to make it here, but let me try it like this. And then I have to strip the wire. So let's see if this is sufficient. Yes, it is. And this is only one side, of course. So anyway, this is how you deal with that, and this one should be no different. Alright, with the wire completely prepared, time to actually replace it. So green to green, red to red. If everything works out. One. And it always works out nicely if the wires stay the way they are. And in this time it doesn't. So that's immediately a problem. And now you see how the wire looks like. If you can see it, it's more or less a mess. So what normally takes about a few seconds, then it quickly becomes a minute or more. Anyway, that side is done. Now for the other side, I'm afraid it's going to be the same way, complicated. So when I take this one out, this one should go nicely inside. And now this one, the same kind of story, complicated. But this is the wire that I can use somewhere else. And yeah, I'll have to do it like this. Stick it in carefully. And then hopefully, alright, that should do it. And it doesn't. And that was my preparation for the next topic. And now you see they don't fit, they don't stick around. So that's immediately another problem. Actually it doesn't matter which color is on which pole. Well, it does, but yeah, right. And then connectors don't stick. Very nice, and that is also something that can happen. So how to fix this is yet another problem. Oops. But another thing is that I have to test this for working. I can't just assume it will. But let's first fix this wire. Alright, wire completely in its place. Now the diagnostics to see if this indeed works. And the point is which motor it is. And for that I take it is motor 1, could it be? Open the interface again. Nope, that's not one. Alright, that's a no. So now I've had all motors, so which one should I use then? 6, 7 or 1? And that's the whole question. This wire is going all the way down. Is this one. That would be motor 7, and that is slave 3, and that's it. So that actually does work, and now it is verified that this works. The question is, does it work the other way around as well? No. And that is typical, because that shouldn't matter. So alright. So if I do it this way, no. Alright, pause, and then so there's only one way the motor should run, and that is depending on the somehow on the wire. So did I change this? I don't think I did. Anyway, it works. So on to the next topic, this one, and I do mean this. I have to fix this the way this is, kind of. And for that I use these blocks, right like this. So let me take out this part now and put it in like this, and the second block should be put in like this, actually with the groove horizontally. That is this distance. So that is for one. Easy enough, but is there any way I can change it to this kind of thing? Right now I can't. And this side is is 2 blocks higher. So that will mean like this, and then this up here. But this is one thing already. A little bit better. The question is also, why does it diverge since the accident or incident? That's a good question. And then I could, when this is at the same height, I could also make it somehow stay together. But I think this is one improvement. Now, I could of course try it immediately, and then I would have something like this. This is all just coming in my mind right now. But let's stay focused on the original subject. So I replaced the wire, I fixed this for now. Onto the base of the arm, because that came clean off, and that is not supposed to happen. So attention to the arm pivot, the base of the arm, right here. And like I said, by an incident it came clean off. So I thought to enhance the construction a bit and made it more robust. But then thinking about it and trying something, I noticed that it is not as easy. The point is, this is a similar pivot I just made, and the way this is constructed is simply an element just in here, then this shifted on it, and that times 4, and that is the base of the arm. Now if you want to reinforce this, you have to put an element either here or here. And there is the problem, because if you, for instance, take this element and you want to put it here, you have to remove the entire arm. And aside from that, if you look here and take this, there's only room for one such an element. So that is out of the question with 2 to enhance. Alright, then why not take it here? Well, because of this. You can see they're not equally based. Well, this is the way it is constructed. So this will never work. They are not on equal level. And apart from that, if I take this out and move it here, how much room will this take? Well, not that much. Let me take just another one. That is about the same. Now if this would be here, it would be kind of okay, but I guess I could try it, but since this is, well, looking at it like this, there would be a problem in getting this leveled. So I guess that's out of the question right now. Only solution is avoiding similar incidents, that it comes clean off, and that will be a problem. Well, not so much a problem, but it takes the attention back on the whole construction, because with a hand that is quite heavy and the whole construction being quite heavy, also with this original CPU cooling element as a counterweight for the hand, that says enough. So I guess I won't reinforce the base construction of the arm. Which brings me back to well, something else I said earlier, another different topic by the way, apart from this construction, is the vertical gearbox. And I noticed recently that it didn't work, but that's a little misconception, because right here, and let me make a better view, the problem is right here with a little bit of tape around here, which I did a long time ago, to be able to press the switch. And when this is not in its place, pressing the switch, then it won't be signaled and it holds. As long as this is in place, it will work. So there's nothing to improve, only to make sure that this is in place and the vertical gearbox will work. So no bipolar switch in this place. Brings back to the elbow, how to reconstruct it. In this final part of this video, a reconstruction of this one. So first moving in this part. It is too flexible to my liking, but it will have to do for now. And this one too. This means that this part will go here, and in the meantime I will have also to reconstruct this into this form. So let's see how that works out. So that is one. Then alright, has to be like this one, and this one goes right here. Now I need to reconstruct this part so it can more or less hang around like here, and in the meantime shift it in make sure it is around the axis. And now only a part here. Like this one. I use it a lot. And this should be it. So now it is entirely up level, as you can see. And this, apart from this part, should be connected. And I'm not quite sure how to do that. If I move this up, it will never be this high, only like this. So I could make something like with a part like this right here, but I can't do that in the same way here. That I think of anyway. Or I can do it pretty simple, like this, and then have it connected like this, and that could be an option as well. So do I have that parts that are that long? Not quite sure, but let me first test the whole thing again. Also the lower gear, very important to have that working. And the only way that I know that that can work is by running the program. So I have to make sure that there is enough distance. So let's run the program. Oops, something goes wrong here. But this one comes off and I don't know where. So I have to stop it and find a tube that goes wrong. And that's an oops. In the meantime, I noticed that the wrist works not. This is not the way it's supposed to be, but the vertical gearbox works. So there are two problems right now, and I think this is caused by the hand to go wrong. So yeah, several things not quite okay. I have to fix it and then test again. Alright, two errors fixed. One thing, this wiring on this end was wrong. So that resulted in the hand being torted and torted, so everything came under tension, and the closing piece was actually coming from the compressor chamber right there. So yet another test to see if everything is working now. And this should be tighter, this should be tighter. And once again, the vertical gearbox isn't doing much, if anything. And it says a bad speed for one of the motors. For motor 1 actually. And motor 1 is the compressor motor. So how can that be suddenly a bad speed? Not understandable. And let's see, the vertical gearbox still doesn't do anything. Despite the little bandages being on its place. So does everything work as intended? Unfortunately, the answer is not really. No. Ah. And then it helps when all motors are actually wired. So now it works. Yes. Now you can see that the vertical movement is going on. Or should be going on anyway. Not so much again. It did work for a moment, and then it stopped again. So still things to improve. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. Also follow me on Twitter and Instagram. And please donate to keep my blog and website alive. And yes, well, this is to be continued. Bye bye.